Hi, we're Team X Factor, and our Fortune 500 company is Best Buy. My name is Alejandra Valeria, and I'm going to be talking about the company's history, along with some interesting facts about the founder and the company. By the way, did y'all know that the company's name, Best Buy, was inspired by a tornado? We'll get to that soon. The vision and mission statement of the company is going to be covered by Pusha 2, along with the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Ashley is going to be covering the strategy and competitor analysis, along with the conclusion. So what we know today as Best Buy, it's one of the largest consumer electronics retailers in the world. And its revenue mix involves electronics, appliances, home office products, entertainment software, and services. It operates through 3 primary channels, which include retail stores, online, and call centers. And here is a chart that represents the revenue mix from 2009. So Best Buy wasn't always Best Buy. It was once known as Sound of Music, and it was a local store in Minnesota, and it was founded by Robert Swalsh, which he was born and raised in St. Paul, Minnesota. He dropped out of high school and worked as an electronics salesman. This was shortly after he left or spent some time in the U.S. Air Force. But Richard knew that there was something out there for him, something more, so he decided to open Sound of Music back in 1966. And within the first year, Sound of Music brought in $1 million in revenue and $58,000 of profit. So with this, when he first opened Sound of Music, he did have a partner, but a few years after that, in 1969, he decided to go solo and opened more stores. So in 1978, the company grew and operated 9 different stores in Minnesota. And the company was doing fairly well. They were growing and expanding. But in 1981, a tornado hit one of their largest locations, which was in Roseville, Minnesota. And instead of looking at this as a tragic, they decided instead to have a tornado cell. And pretty much what he was wanting to take out of this, or he wanted to put out there, was that they were going to be providing the best buys on everything. So Richard took out all of his marketing budget and decided to put it all into advertising the cell. And to his surprise, it was a big hit. So within that 4-day sell, they made more money in those 4 days than the store typically did in a whole month. So this was a big surprise to them, but it was also great results. So he decided, after a few years, in 1983, the company changed its name to Best Buy, and it opened its first superstore, which he embarked on the Best Buys concept, which guaranteed the best deals on the products that they offered. So in 1999, he took the concept of the tornado cell into the new stores, and he continued to expand. Along the years, they decided to expand the products that they offered within the store. So at the time, they included VCRs, home appliances, and then later on, they rolled out the Concept 2, which included a new layout, which was the products were in the sales floor, or on the sales floor for the customers to grab and go. And they also had less employees in the store, but provided a self-help display that allowed the customers to read and be knowledgeable about the product that they were going to buy. So with this new concept, a few suppliers were not on board with it because they also got rid of commission salesperson. So the suppliers felt like their product was not going to be pushed, and they felt that this was not going to help their sales. So they decided to take out their products out of Best Buy stores. But Best Buy, or Richard, he was not worried whatsoever. He knew that the layout that he had presented, or the concept two, was mainly focusing on the customer experience. He wanted to make sure that the customers were relaxed and were not feeling like they were harassed to buy something. He wanted it to be more of a stress-free, come on in, look at what we have to offer, and make them feel like they're making the right decision without having somebody push them to buy something. So with that new concept, they did very well, and they continued to grow, and the revenue was growing. So the suppliers decided to bring their products back to be sold at Best Buy. So the stores continued to grow, and in 1992, Best Buy hit their $1 million mark in annual revenues. And this was a big moment for Best Buy. So after that, they continued to roll out new concepts, constantly focusing on the customer experience and making sure that they were able to meet and exceed the customer needs. And in 1999, Best Buy was added to the Standard & Poor's S&P 500. And since then, Best Buy has continued to operate in a very unique way, always focusing on the customers and making sure that they go above and beyond and meet their needs and educate them on the products that they're buying and guaranteeing them that they're going to buy or find the best buy at their store. And that is what pretty much we know as Best Buy today.